Record heat across the area today. Welcome to this Long Island weather report for October 21st, 2024. Records are broken in a lot of areas, but I'm first starting off with the satellite image to show you. Not many clouds around, but you'll notice on this satellite image, smoke plumes. And I know the wildfire in Rockaway has been getting all the news, but these that are burning in the New Jersey Pine Barrens, there's a pretty big one here. It looks like I think that's the one at Brendan Burn. I'm not sure where this wildfire is, but I haven't heard anything about it in the news. You can see the smoke definitely looks like it's going over Tom's River, and you can see there's another wildfire further south. I don't think that's the one on the Lakehurst Range, I think, or something like that. It's on military property. But you can see these are some pretty big smoke plumes here from these wildfires burning in the New Jersey Pineland. So far, nothing on Long Island yet. That could change, and we'll look at the satellite loop, and you'll see again. Not many clouds in the sky today, but you'll see there's the wildfires, those smoke plumes. You will notice, however, if we pause this, there is haze in the air. There's some haze around, and although we had some blue skies today, I'll show you what it was like outside. Did have some blue skies. And you can see, a bit of haze out there. Some nice colors here around Southard's Lake in Babylon. Really beautiful colors, actually. But definitely this picture of the lake kind of shows the haze. Really nice colors here, but you can see the haze in the sky from all those. The smoke probably from these wildfires in other parts of the country. Obviously, we're going to be looking at the smoke model here. And a little later, hopefully we'll have that latest smoke model for you. You can see clear skies across almost the East Coast, just high and dry, just some clouds over Florida. You have a storm system over here. Let's see if we have any smoke from anything out west. Oh, is that no, it's not. All right, so mainly the east is going to be, I think, the focus of, we're going to start seeing more wildfires because it's been so dry. Let's go look at our current conditions outside right now, and not as cool as last night. West Hampton still managed to be 51 degrees, but you notice Islip is at 60, a lot warmer than was last night, and Islip set a record today. Record high at Islip was set. We'll talk about that. 56 at Miller Air Park with 10-mile visibility. I'm very curious now. They got up to 82 in Tom's River today, and let's see if they're reporting any smoke at that site at all. I don't see any smoke being reported, but it would not surprise me if some of these sites would be reporting some wildfire smoke here. Coyle Field does not report visibility, but there could be wildfire smoke in the air in this area. Temperatures have dropped into the 50s in the Pine Barrens, 60s pretty much everywhere else. Farmingdale's got 60 degrees. However, my alley, it's a lot warmer there. It's 64 degrees. And also you can see the haze in the sky tonight as well. This is what the night sky looked like. I was trying to look for the comet, but it was so hazy. Couldn't even see it. Way too hazy. So there is some haze out there that might get worse tomorrow. That's why we're going to look at the smoke models. But first, let's go look at our high temperatures for the day. And you'll see high 70s pretty much everywhere on Long Island. And closer to 80 as you got into central Nassau. It looks like, 82 in Levittown. So, we probably had low 80s in this area here. If you're on the South Shore, we had highs in the 70s. 77 in Islip, that's still a record. 75 at West Hampton. 81 for a high at LaGuardia. 80 at JFK, so even JFK. Actually, no, 79. That's my mistake. I read it wrong. That's still close to 80 degrees. 78 at Central Park. And as you go into Jersey, this is where you see the 80s. Low and mid-80s for highs in a lot of these areas here. Pretty hot for October. For late October, it's ridiculously hot. But take a look. The low is 33 at West Hampton. 33. 43 at Islip. So we had lows in the 40s. It was a cool morning. This morning, it won't be as cool this morning. 53 for, was that 53? 50, or was that 58? 58 for a low in Central Park. I don't know what the alley got down to. I think it got down to upper 40s, I think. But 30s also in the Pine Barrens in Tom's River. 36 for a low at Miller Air Park. How about that for a range and temperature Low of 36 degrees and a high of 82. All right, that is an insane difference between the low and the high for the day. That's really incredible to see that kind of range. You're talking that is a 50, is it almost a 50-degree range in temperature, right? Yeah, that's insane. That's insane right there. That's the kind of stuff you have out west in places like Flagstaff, not here. And the humidity has been, depends on where you are with the humidity. West Hampton got down to 33. That's still an impressive range there. 42 degree difference between the high and the low there. Dew point's still showing 45, by the way. Though it just feels like there's a little more moisture in the air. Yeah, here, dew point's up to 52. Interesting, out east it's lower. Farmingdale's got a dew point of 51. It definitely feels like there's some more moisture in the air here. If you look at Miller Air Park, though, the dew point is still very low there, 39. So they've been staying in the dry air in New Jersey for the most part. And, yeah, pretty incredible how it went from the 30s in the morning. I mean, this is just incredible. There was some mist being reported again, but it's pretty incredible. I went from the 30s in the morning, the sun came up, temperatures rise to the 40s, 50s, right through the 60s, and then it warms up. I guess by noon you're already approaching 80 degrees. That's pretty impressive. Not dropping that low tonight. The air mass is just a little different tonight, and I don't think we're going to see that kind of drop in temperature. But anyway, really impressive nonetheless. Difference between the highs and the lows. So looking at the climate report for today at Islip, yes, a record high, 77 degrees. Was a record high for the day. That beats the old record of 76 set in 1963. 15 degrees above normal on the high, but the low 42, however, was 3 degrees below normal. And 60 degrees was your mean for the day. That's 6 degrees above normal. So really, all right, where did this thing go? All right. So I'm just going to see if we can find some more records today. I don't know if anyone else broke any records here. Newark, I think, broke a record. Yeah, Newark got up to 84, so they tied their record of 84 set in 1947. That's 20 degrees above normal for a high there. They were 9 degrees above normal for the day. I don't think Central Park broke a record. No. Check JFK, no record broken there. Bridgeport, no record there. So Newark and Islip were the sites to break records today in our area. Very warm, just unseasonably warm, and that's going to continue into tomorrow, at least inland, I think. And just to look at the preliminary monthly data again, Islip, for instance, we'll see how we are averaging here. The temperatures, are they above normal? They are. Where Islip's 0.7 degrees above normal, and we're going to probably have an above normal month for temperatures. And Central Park, 0.6 degrees above normal, so we are averaging above normal for our temperatures. So let's go and just briefly talk about Oscar. It's now down to a weak tropical storm. Maximum sustained winds 40 miles an hour. It's mainly going to be it's just heavy rainfall in eastern Cuba and the southeastern Bahamas. And Cuba's going through a bit of a problem with their power grid. Not related, it was not caused by the storm, but it's not helping things. They're having big problems there with their power grid. And this is just going to go out over the ocean. You see that? Oh, it's just going to go out over the ocean. It could threaten Bermuda eventually. So let's go look at the models here, and we'll just, again, go over what we're going to expect this week. This high pressure here is going to take more of that Atlantic ridge position, which is why the night won't be as cool. And then we start getting that warmer flow Tuesday into Wednesday ahead of the cold front. Here's Oscar, and then this high builds in Thursday, and then Oscar is offshore. And that gradient between the high and that low may cause the winds to come up, and that is not going to be a good thing because we're not getting any rain this week. So let's look at the HRRR model. Start 0Z HRRR, and I'll show you, again, the difference in the air mass. First of all, I'll just run through the precipitation just to show you the cold front here. There's no moisture with this thing, so we're not going to see much of any rain with it. That's not good. So tonight, light winds. We start off with the west wind tomorrow, it looks like, northwest wind, and then it turns to the afternoon, it turns to the southeast. And that's going to bring in a little bit of cooling along the coast, maybe even along the Jersey Shore and South Shore, Long Island, but inland you're still going to be pretty warm. Tomorrow night, we get that south-southwest winds, so temperature's not going to drop as much tomorrow night. Tonight we might see temperatures around 50 in the Pine Barrens, maybe even 40s. Everywhere else is going to struggle to get down, I think, to maybe into the mid-50s, I think. I don't think we're going to even see that. Forget about my alley getting any cooler than that. Wednesday, you could see a little bit of that moisture coming up over Long Island with that south-southwest wind there. And that you'd think maybe with this humid air it could help bring in some rain, perhaps, but it's not looking all that likely. Temperatures, again, tonight, not going to drop very much tonight, like it did the other night. I think 50s is going to do it. Maybe some colder areas in the Pine Barrens get below that. And tomorrow, it's going to be another hot one again. We're going to have temperatures, it looks like temperatures around 80 or above 80, especially in inland. Sea breezes will kick in along the South Shore by the afternoon, so you definitely want to be on the South Shore if you're on Long Island. If you want the cooler air, and if you're in Jersey, you want to be east of the Parkway, and maybe you'll get some kind of relief there. And then, oddly enough, Tuesday night it gets it cooler. Oddly enough, that's the odd thing about it. It has it cooler for Tuesday night, and has some more radiational cooling that night. Oddly enough, kind of weird. I don't know what this model is thinking. I don't think it's going to cool off that much below maybe the Pine Barrens to get to the 50s, but this is showing widespread 50s. I think most people are going to have to deal with lows in the 60s. Unless we get some better radiational cooling. And then one more warm day Wednesday. You see that cold front coming through, approaching. So mid-70s, maybe closer to 80 inland in Jersey. But that south-southwest wind, though, will keep Long Island on the cooler side. As far as cloud cover goes, we'll look at cloud cover now. And you'll see, there may be a little bit of some of these lines a little close together. It's possible we could see some fog again in some locations here. Some of the lines a little close together. So there may be some stratocumulus development, maybe. But they're still pretty far apart, so it's still going to be hard to find any clouds tomorrow. Similar to today, I think. I saw some high clouds in the distance early on, and then they kind of just dissipated, and we just had some of that haze around. Let's look at the GFS now. All right, dew points and wind flow on the GFS to see if we have any differences here. And they look pretty similar. You see that surge of moisture, and then as we get to Thursday, you see that cold front come through. The wind shift to the north, and the temperatures drop. Behind that cold front, dew points and temperatures drop. I'm going to get tomorrow, going to be warm. Yeah, the GFS doesn't have it dropping as much tomorrow night. I don't think it's going to be... We're going to have to wait until that cold front comes through before we get the cold nights again. So, at least for me, the air conditioner is going to be on for the next couple of days, non-stop. Here we are, Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Yeah, it looks like it's showing some mid-70s inland and maybe close to 80. Along the coast, it'll be cooler. And then for Thursday, we drop the temperatures, especially on Long Island. And even Jersey, it's showing some 60s. And then still showing some 60s for Friday. This is just near normal, the low 60s. We're not actually going to be below normal. I will look at a couple of things here. First, let's see if we can get any moisture in here. So this is the issue. See, there's no green over our area. That means there's not going to be any rain. And then here comes more dry air again. So that's the concern that we're dealing with right now. No rain. And if we got the winds, then we're going to have to worry about the wildfire risk. That's the concern. We have wildfires still going on in New Jersey, and they could. I'm surprised Long Island hasn't had anything. It's amazing. It's almost like the forest here can't even burn. It's really unusual. I'm really surprised, considering how dry it's been. So, obviously, with this kind of dry air, you're not going to see much humidity. Let's go to the NAM3. See after 18Z. We'll go to the 18Z. It's not really showing. See, it just fizzles it. I'm telling you, we're not going to get any rain. So, go back to GFS. We'll look at the skies for this week. I'm not going to go over the weather outlook every single day, but I figured I'll do it today. So, tomorrow, you see not much in the way of clouds. Wednesday is when we might see a few high clouds around. And Thursday, we're mostly sunny again. Thursday, Friday, mostly sunny again. We can look at the RGM as well. Again, not showing much in the way of clouds. So there could be some fog, perhaps, in the morning. That'll burn off. And then just sunshine with maybe a little bit of haze, again, for the day, depending on how much smoke we're going to get. And then Wednesday we'll see a few of these high clouds, but not many. And here's the front. I mean, the cold front itself is even struggling to have some clouds come through. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, HRRR smoke model. Let's do that. Let's see what we got here. Still don't have the 0Z run. I was hoping maybe if I did the weather update later we'd have it, but we don't. So we'll look at the vertically integrated smoke model from 18Z and see what this shows here. Actually, you can see this. It's showing the smoke coming off New Jersey. Yeah, it actually is showing a big cloud of smoke actually going over us tomorrow night. This is actually trying to predict fire behavior. It actually predicts where the fires might pop up. So New Jersey could flare up tomorrow. It's showing a flare up and a big cloud of smoke going over our area. And then as far as past that, we really can't see past that too much. So again, it may be sunny, but the sky is going to have a bit of that hazy look to it because of the smoke. And we're going to have to watch for this wildfire risk because with no rain in sight, Thursday is a day I'm concerned about if we get those breezes and those winds, and we'll look into that more. But that's going to wrap things up tonight. Shorter a video for tomorrow. We'll just go over the statistics for the day, and then maybe I'll have a longer video for you on... feel tired all of a sudden. Longer video for you on Thursday. Or not Wednesday, I meant. So still a lot going on, even though we don't have any precipitation or any storms. The threat of wildfire, the extreme drought we're in, definitely. And if I go and I just show you the drought monitor here, which I'll show you. Drought monitor, U.S. drought monitor. You can see we got going on in our area, and again, a lot of country. You can see that orange is now over New Jersey. Severe drought for looks like Burlington and Ocean, part of Atlantic County. And then we ourselves here on Long Island are in the D0. But I have a feeling this is going to be changed. And then they update this again. This map was released October 17th, but when they update it again, I have a feeling that we're going to be in a D1 here on Long Island. And still, not much rain in sight. This is the driest period we've had in maybe recorded history. It's really something. It's just unbelievable how dry it is out there. It's like a just dust bowl. It's becoming like a dust bowl out there. But anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching and good night.